Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Son Joku. I've had a lot of people hit me up and ask me how I set up these shows and do all this stuff, so I wanted to bring that out to you tonight, just because. And I also wanted to talk about the additions that we made today, to just kind of get your guys' quick feelings on it. This probably isn't going to be too long of a video, but I'd like you guys to jump in the comments. Just let me know what you're thinking. Let me see if we can get this comment section set up real quick. I think I might have screwed myself here. Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck right there. That kind of sucks. All right, that kind of is what it is. But we went out today. We brought in another cornerback, Devontae Busby. I know a lot of you guys are wondering why the hell we keep shuffling in these corners. I'm honestly thinking the same damn thing. Like, why do we keep bringing these cornerbacks onto this team? There might be a problem. They might just be bringing in other camp bodies, just trying to get that exposure. Because a dude like TJ Morrison was not going to make this team, so if you want to bring in somebody else, maybe they're all fighting for that slot corner spot. Maybe we need a little bit more depth because we're not getting the full truth coming out of these OTAs and the mini camps and all that kind of nonsense. I'm not really too worried about this. I think this is another one of those situations where it's just a camp body for a camp body, and you're not going to see either one of those dudes make this team. That kind of is what it is. I'll take that all day. But then as far as Darren Lee goes, that one was a little bit more intriguing to me. I understand that dude's not like an exceptional linebacker, but at least he is a true linebacker. And with the question marks around Diablo right now, not really knowing what Muse is going to bring to the table, Javen White kind of being up and down kind of sucks. But we're just going to have to see what happens with that. Darren Lee is not like a superstar. I'm not going to sit here and talk this dude up and be like, this is the linebacker I've been sitting here waiting for. It's not. It truly is not. But it's somebody else coming into the camp, something that we need to keep an eye on. So we just have to kind of see how that plays out and what works with that. And then just want to bring that to you. That's the news that happened today. That just kind of is what it is. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to have a lot of trouble reading your comments because I'm reading them like seriously straight off the screen because I forgot to open up the damn chat box and I can't fix it. I hope our O-line doesn't suck next year. Miller and Richie will play well. They will play well, dude. And I'm really not worried about Andre James. I really think that kid's going to end up being pretty damn good. As far as good goes himself, that dude has played multiple positions on our offensive line and has shined at every single one of them. And if Leatherwood can hold up at that right tackle spot just to buy Carr a couple seconds, I think everything's going to pan out like perfectly. Busby isn't great, but he brings us field experience that Morrison wouldn't. That is true. I'll give you that, Ardo. Thank you for that. Koji, what's happening, dude? I'm glad I finally caught one. What do you think about Bradley's interview the other day? I thought it was pretty good, except for the fact when he was talking up Lawson. That kind of pissed me off and drove me insane. I'm not going to lie to you guys about that. So, I don't know. I know a lot of this, like I said the other night, dude, when we're talking about these guys, the coaches are going to hype these players up, knowing that they're going to be released just to kind of get their options open for other teams. But sometimes they're talking about these guys and they're really putting them up on a pedestal, and I'm really hoping that pans out. Pizza, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. For you guys that don't know, me and Pizza are actually family. That kid went out today in practice and kicked a 47-yard field goal. He's in 8th grade. That shit is crazy. Like, crazy. I'm really proud of you, Pizza, man. Keep that going, dude. What's their record? If Gruden ends up getting fired, I'm telling you right now, this team is going to end up being like well below 500. His ass is pretty safe right now, although a lot of people are saying he's in the hot seat. He's continued to develop this team. I really thought last year if we had a kind of a shit season that he might end up getting the boot, but then he ends up getting the COVID excuse like everybody else. I'm really thinking we're going to turn things around this season. I'm really hoping Gus Bradley can get this defense turned around because the defense turns, this team's going to the playoffs. Al, what's happening, dude? Dax, how are you doing, man? Players in league, I noticed that the Raiders are looking for the best players to just win big. Yes, thank you very much, and it's about damn time that that's happened. All right, so let me jump into this real quick because setting up these offense and setting up these videos, I use Streamlabs OBS. And for all the other Raider content creators out there, it is a extremely good source. It takes a good bit of time to learn. It is what it is, dude. But if you're willing to put in the time, dedicate it to yourself, and you're willing to pay honestly, it's $20 a month, but it opens you up to a world of possibilities. I know the shit that I do to start my shows and like finish my shows doesn't really change too much. But, dude, the options that you have are unbelievable. And as far as, like, setting up a scene like this, which please don't do, I've worked my ass off on this, and I guess this has kind of become, like, my thing. You can do many other things with it. So if you're looking into it, you want to try to expand your channel and kind of do different options with it, I would definitely look into Streamlabs. If you do need help with it, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on whatever. I'll happily help you with what I do know. I know there's a way to add, like, intros and shit to your video, like movie intros and stuff like that. I don't fully understand that, so maybe we could help each other. Just gotta keep this nation thing growing. But I mean, I'd be willing to do what I can for you. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to hit me up. I will help you. But then as far as like setting up these players and stuff like that, dude, I'm pretty much just work off of what I've seen like over the past few seasons under Gruden. We know what kind of offense he runs. We understand it's going to be run heavy first. I'm going to pump a quick one out tonight and just kind of set up an offense just to kind of get your guys' feelings on it. And like I said, man, I'm just chilling out tonight, so I was just kind of kicking back. I was setting up a video for tomorrow night, and I was like, man, I wonder if these people out there want to see like how I actually set these videos up and like just the thought process I go through. Excuse me, and that's pretty much what this video is. What do you think about the cornerback depth? Dax, that's what I'm saying, dude. The fact that we keep shuffling around these guys, and I understand it's like the back end guys that aren't going to make this team anyways, it just kind of throws a question mark out there. I was watching Wi-Fi earlier. He had Raid on the show, and they were going back and forth. They were talking about Arnett and like how we don't really want Arnett to play that slot corner position from what Gus Bradley was saying, so we're looking at somebody else for that. And I understand that, like, Hayward's going to be starting on one side. Bowen's going to be starting on the other. I've had my doubts about Arnett. It's not like it's going to be the first time we've ever had a first-round player that's been a bust for us. And I'm not saying that Arnett is a bust. Do not get me wrong about that. I'm just saying that him playing the third cornerback for a season is not a bad thing, man. Let that kid get a little experience. Let him get fully back healthy. Let him go ahead and get his weight all the way back up. Let him play behind Hayward for a season. Let him rotate in behind Hayward and Mullen and, like, be that depth piece on that outside cornerback, because you have to have that. And Arnett's a damn good one. Let somebody else fill that slot corner spot. I'm really thinking it's still going to be Hobbs. I know a lot of you guys were hitting me up the other night like, it's going to be Hobbs. It's going to be, dude, I'm really hoping it is. Part of me still pulling for Isaiah Johnson, but the fact that his ass has not been around is a huge question mark for me. So I don't know if he's going to end up making it like actually physically onto this roster. And then Gillespie, I was gunning for that could possibly be one. I know that Ren Wilson is a proven slot corner, so maybe he came in to take a shot at it. And these other moves, that whole cornerback room, it's got me a little frustrated. I think our linebackers or safety group or safety position group is honestly looking pretty damn good. Those corners have me a little suspect right now. Oh, AKA, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you make it out. Do you think Javen White makes the team? I think he might end up going practice squad again. We're just going to have to see how this linebacker room plays out. If Diablo is not able to play this season, or he's going to miss like the first 6 to 8 weeks, depending on what the hell's going on with him, which I honestly do not know yet, it's going to be a question mark as far as who's going to be filling that role. If all of a sudden we got our starting three. That's not like a question right there. But you start getting injuries on that starting three, you start working into this depth. Muse is still completely unproven, dude. Javen White, Diablo, these guys are like, they're projects, they're true projects. And now you go ahead and you bring in the Darren Lee. I don't want Darren Lee to be that fourth linebacker on our team. I'm just going to openly say that. Like, it is what it is. 805, what's happening, dude? Dick, what's going on? Dax, I appreciate you. And thank you, man. Gruden will never do what this title says. There's no damn chance he ever will, dude. Diablo looked fine at the media. The media said, yeah, until I see it with my own damn eyes. Arnett will overcome. He has shown promise, and he will. Littleton, on the other hand, Alban, damn, we're just going to have to see what happens with Littleton, because I understand your frustration with him. I'm not going to sit here and be like, he's going to come out next season, he's going to end up being a complete badass. Everybody just wait for it. We saw what we had last season. I'm chalking that all up to Gunther and him being pissed off at Gunther. But he needs to come out in a new system and show that he can really be like the impact player we were all expecting him to be. And I'll agree with you. Until he proves that, it is what it is. Darren Lee looks like a nice backup. Matt, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you can make it out to the show. Anthony, what's happening? If Darren Lee can be a backup, it's fine. Like, I'll take that if he wants. But I want to see these dudes that we've invested the time and invested the money in, let them go ahead and step up and see if they can make that impact. I don't think either one of the dudes that we signed today are going to end up being on our 53-man roster. That just kind of is what it is, unless we do have like some injuries. I think as far as Devontae goes, that dude is pretty much just a camp body for us. And then Darren Lee has a shot, but it's going to be based off of injuries and shit like that. Cool. What's happening, dude? Muse and White will play in the preseason. We'll find out who they're... Yes, thank you. That I'm so happy to see a preseason game and see what some of these dudes are made of. And I'm happy as hell to see Mariota start getting into this offense and working with some of these guys through that preseason. Because I know I'm a huge Derek Carr fan, but at the same time, if you start using Mariota, working him into this offense instead of just having him be a backup, the kid has a shit ton of talent, man. We've seen what he can do. Work him in like the Saints do, man. There's a lot of teams in the NFL now that will bring in another quarterback to run a certain kind of play instead of going into like a true wildcat. So, yeah, dude, bring his ass in. Let's see what we got. What do you think about Yannick? Saying him and Max are putting the league on notice. I love the energy. but they haven't put it on the field together. Koji, what's happening, dude? I actually got hit up in the comment section about this by, I think it was Ricky. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was Ricky. And he was saying, like, he kind of felt like there was a little bit of shit between Farrell and Max Crosby and Yannick because he wasn't invited over to the camp that Vaughn had, and maybe he was looking down on him. I really think it's just, I don't want there to be any kind of like, I don't know, like those guys being kind of resentful to each other. I just really want this team to come together. If it was like they were working on the outside and the team's plans was to move Farrell to the inside, there's no reason to send him to one of these outside camps. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But hopefully they can all come together. I do not want to see these dudes get pissed off at each other and watch this damn thing get torn apart. Oh, Safwai, what's going on, man? Love to see you back, Nation. Big fan of your style of content. I really appreciate that, dude. And I'll tell you right now, I pretty much am back. I'm still going to bust out some videos, but it's getting to the point of the year now to where I'm starting to get real excited. I can start breaking it down. We can start deleting these players as they get cut. So Joku is pretty much officially back. I will tell you that, but I really like making those ghost videos. Not gonna lie. You think the coaches are trying to put pressure on Damon Arnett? I get that vibe. If they are, more power to it, man, because he needs to feel that pressure. You're not just gonna come in because you got drafted in the first round and be a starter on a team. You have to earn that shit, and he's gonna have to prove that he can. And if it takes him another season, dude, I mean, he was banged up his whole rookie year. We had all the COVID bullshit. We bring in a veteran cornerback. If he plays behind him for a season, so be it, dude. And then Hayward moves on, and then Arnett's fully ready to go. I don't know why anybody would be pissed about that. Oh, Costas, what's happening, man? These coaches need to see who is the best at any position. Compete or sit. That's it. Compete for it, fight for it, or sit. Yannick and Drake will give the extra pop to the defense. And take them both to the next level. That's what I wanted to. Let me jump into this real quick. Oh, Saji, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out to the show, man. I know you're talking about the offense, but everything Yannick is saying about him and Max as a duo's got me hard. Me too, dude. Me too. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, let's set this up real quick. Obviously, you're going to pull Derek Carr. I'm going to put Derek Carr in a shotgun tonight because we're going to be running a 2 tight end set, and I like it kind of sitting out of the shotgun. I could see this in the red zone. I can tell you right now, for as much as I love the offense and I put a lot of thought into this, I'm going to tell you right now, you are not going to see this shit throughout the season. I've talked about it all through the last season, but maybe Gruden will see it and be like, well, shit, man, that might actually work. So we'll see what happens. Go ahead and pull Jacobs down. And pull Drake down. So right now, we're running the 2 running back set. Got them on each side. Where's he at? Pull Foster down as 1 tight end. You know damn well Waller's coming in at the other. Make these dudes a little bit bigger. And then, I mean, that's 10. You got to put 1 wide receiver out there in a red zone situation. I'm definitely going to go ahead and give it to Edwards, so put him on the outside. This 2 tight end, 2 running back set with 1 wide receiver on the out. You could run from this. You can pass from this. You still got a hell of a lot of power from this, but you can still stretch the field with this because of Waller. Honestly, if you stick Ruggs in there, it'll give you a little bit more of an advantage because you could literally just streak Ruggs down the sideline, and he's going to be forced to pull a cornerback, and a safety's going to have to cheat a little bit that way if they don't fully double team him. But in like the red zone, I'm looking more towards Edwards just to have another big body target. I really think this offense looks pretty damn good. I think you're honestly going to see this offense with the only change being Carr not being in the shotgun. You're going to end up seeing Jacobs behind him. You'll see Alec Ingold, which gives you more like just a true power run feel. But I think it looks better like this. I'm not taking anything away from Ingold at that point. I just think it gives you more weapons and causes the defense to stay more spread out. And you just pick that interior pocket and just kind of shred whatever fucking team you're playing. Real exciting. I would take that all damn day. But that's pretty much how I get these things set up, man. And I just start with my offensive line, or I start with whatever defensive line, and then I just kind of keep building behind it just to kind of see how these guys will be, how everything will be structured, and then you just keep playing with them and shuffling around. It's honestly pretty damn fun. I'd like to get to a point where I could figure it out enough to where I could have like other Raider YouTubers come onto this show and then put their offense or defense together using these little dudes. So if you guys know how I could figure that shit out, please let me know. I think that would be cool as shit. Just to kind of get like Hacho and Dax and Wi-Fi and Raid the Tape, just all these dudes. Just have them come on, do like a quick 10-minute show and be like, set up your offense, set up your defense, bullshit about it for a minute, keep up with the comments as we're going, and then just kind of kill it. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. If you do know how I can pull that shit off, let me know. I think it would be cool as hell, dude. Offense looks deep. Not Van. What's going on, dude? Dustin, what's happening? You have to double team Ruggs. Otherwise, you'd be a fool. He'll burn you for the 10 yards. Big guys, Drake and Josh. The big threats coming out of the backfield, too. That's all right. So, that's what I'm saying, dude. I like Edwards better in the red zone situations. But if you pulled this, like, middle of the field, you want to put Ruggs out there that is that the only wide receiver just to give you that speed and give you that extra burn, I'd take that all damn day too, man. And that's the kind of depth that we have on this team that we have not had in a good minute. But at the same time, if you lose a dude like Foster and then all of a sudden you run in this situation, you bring Carrier in, you're losing a piece. At that point, you have to go ahead, unless it's like a true running play, which that's the shit that starts making us real predictable, then you have to go ahead and bring in somebody else and bring in that other wide receiver. And then you'd have just the 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 running back sets, and we've all seen that a hell of a lot too. Carr lobbying for an extension. What do you think? I want Carr to play through this season before we do another damn thing with him, and I love Derek Carr, but I will say that happy as hell. Ingold is the spider banana man. We could do anything out of that package. You really could. Like, out of this package right here, there's so much you could do. Dustin, what's good, dude? Make a third and Renfro package. That third and Renfro package, man, I really hope we utilize him more because I've shoved him into a lot of these different offenses, and it honestly looks pretty damn good. Like, it really does. So I'd be curious to see how we use him. I know a lot of people have been saying, like, the people that we brought on are going to take away from Renfro's playtime. Renfro and Carr have a chemistry. Carr has complete trust in Renfro, and Renfro's proven he can get open in clutch situations. I do not want to see Renfro getting hurt, returning punts, so hopefully we address that. But I do think he's going to end up being a bigger impact. I want him to be more than third and Renfro. I want that dude to come out and make some impacts for us. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Joku, how excited can we all be that we will... Damn. We'll finally be, for the first time in 3 years, have our number 1 wide receiver play at least 1 snap. Fingers crossed that is. Yeah, no shit, dude. We need to get rid of the Carrier and sign Bushman, Waller, Foster. And Bushman would be one of the best tight end groups in the NFL. You know, dude, I talked about that. I broke down the tight end group. It's probably a couple weeks ago now. But I was going through, and I don't think Carrier is going to make this team. I really don't. It's just my personal opinion. So I really think you have a shot at bringing in one of those younger tight ends. I know we already got rid of one of them. But Bushman's still got a shot, dude. Do you think Brown gets Aguilar's touches? I don't know. That's a big one for me. I really want to see Edwards and Ruggs take this team over and do what the hell they're supposed to do. Like, they're supposed to be our number 1 and number 2. And then Edwards ended up getting banged up. Aguilar came in, immediately got that rapport with Carr, and then Edwards really never got a shot again. I don't want to see John Brown do that same thing. I want to see John Brown be the rotational piece behind these 2 guys as far as the outside wide receivers go. And then you keep... Renfro and you keep Snead, and they're kind of the rotation at your slot. Then we got our tight end packages. You keep a return man in that situation, and things are looking pretty damn good in my opinion, dude. Hey, buddy, Snead is gunning for that slot position. Not sure Snead can... No, that's what I'm saying, dude. We're going to end up keeping 6 wide receivers on this team. And to narrow that list down to 6 right now is a little bit tough. I've read a lot of articles saying that Snead's not going to make this team. I honestly don't believe that. I think you'd really like to keep Snead on this team just to be like that slot kind of depth piece in case Renfro does get down or Renfro ends up being used more than we're thinking he's going to, and if he ends up getting banged up on a punt return or something like that, we have to wait to see it. We have to see, yeah, Dustin, exactly. Like, we have to see who pans out and who does not. Ruggs will take Aguilar's touches for sure. I would take that. Deadly, what's going on, dude? Aguilar's touches will be spread around, not to just one player. We will pass more than last year. I hope we do. I just hope we pass the outside wide receivers more than we did last year. I understand that our offense was pretty high in productivity. And they're like, dude, we were top 10 in efficiency. Top 10 in efficiency means that you're throwing a hell of a lot of checkdowns. You're throwing the ball to the safe options, and you're not really taking those true shots. And I understand it works, dude, and I'm not faulting our offense at all. And our defense, if it would have stepped up over these past 2 years and we wouldn't have had shit Gunther to deal with, we probably would have had a better record. We would have been fighting for these playoff spots. But I'm telling you, I don't want efficiency anymore. I want Carr to get back to just kind of airing that thing out and getting to his outside people. Gotta hope we run plays for Foster. Moreau, not that basketball player. Snead making the team. Mark, he's one of the best run blockers in the NFL. Snead was my biggest sleeper in this wide receiver room to come out and make the impact on this team. I see Snead making a bigger impact on this team than John Brown. I honestly do. Where's John Brown? Where's the NASCAR? Where's the NASCAR package for the wide receivers? That's what I'm saying, dude. Raiders Carlos in the building. Oh, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you can make it out to the show, man. So, yeah, I know this is kind of a quick one. I just wanted to bring it out to you and just kind of get your guys' feelings on it and just kind of put an offense out there. I'm going to go ahead and just do like another offensive video over the next day or two because there's a few different looks that I want to take a look at and just kind of get your guys' opinions on just to see where we're headed, what will happen and will not happen. I will tell you, like I said earlier, dude, between Jacobs and Josh, I love both, or Drake and Josh, I love both these dudes, but I don't think we're going to see them on the field too often, man. I wanted to see it for the past couple years, and just Gruden does not run it. But the thing is, the Raiders have ran that in the past with different sets of running backs, and it's been fucking prolific, like awesome. So hopefully we can do it one more time. Trying to watch all the Raider family, loving this channel, Joker. Deadly, man, I was watching you at one of the other ones comment. I appreciate you coming over, dude. I know we all want Ruggs to be that deep threat, but Snead is very sneaky wide receiver. Snead gets open. Snead is a hell of a lot like Renfrow, dude. And like Snead uses his power a little bit more than Renfrow. Renfrow uses his feet. Snead will push off and get wide open, dude. And I'll take that. Shout out. Oh, Lenny, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you can make it out to the show, dude. May not stay. May stay. May stay. May not be long. No, excited to see it. Do you, Joku? You are the real Dax. I appreciate you, man. You think Simpson can start? I think Simpson could start, honestly. I had Simpson in this starting package before the draft, but then bringing in Leatherwood, I think it's going to move good back to his natural position at that guard spot. Simpson sitting another year at that guard position is going to be awesome for us. And I'll tell you right now, if Richie ends up going down, which there's like a 50-50 shot, Richie gets hurt, we have like a solid-ass guard that we can bring in Simpson to where we're not going to skip a beat. And we're not going to get into a situation where we were last year to where we have 4 offensive linemen missing for a game because of all that COVID bullshit, and we're running just some like straight fire. Oh, Spitfire, what's going on? Sidney Gruden, Tiger Woods, man, those audibles, you'll be spitting them the whole damn time. It is what it is. What's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it out. Simpson starts next year when Incognito retired. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm calling it. Will Zay Jones always be a practice player? Randy Moss. God, dudes. James, man, I'll tell you. I was talking about that one the other day, too. Like, how somebody can show up at camp or show up on the team or on the practice field and be so damn good. Work with Carr all through the offseason. Like, build that rapport to where they're talking each other up constantly. And then it hits game time, dude, and you just don't see that shit transition. That blows my mind. He'll never do it in the game. Like, I'm convinced he won't. I want to see him moved on from it. I don't know. Bring in the other talent, dude. Brown is going to run Aguilar's routes in the offense. Snead might make it out. But it's out of, yeah, him and Zay Jones. I'd take Snead over Zay Jones in a freaking heartbeat, dude. Jones played last year in 12 games, not a practice squad. No, that is true. Snead will be the guy when he played against the physical defense that we need to press Renfrow that gets bullied at times. Deadly facts, like straight facts. Snead is going to where isn't going anywhere. If somebody's getting cut, it's going to be Zay. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, completely agree with that. We need a Wheatley-type running back. I'll give you that, dude. And I've talked about that big body running back, but we got to work with what we have. I really like Drake. Like, I really like Drake. And I really like Josh Jacobs. And I've heard a lot of people being like, well, we brought him on to where we have like that 1-2 punch to where nobody gets wore down. We don't get the injuries. They can kind of 50-50 throughout a game. That's perfectly fine with me, but as part of that 50-50, I want to see both these damn dudes on the field at the same time, dude. Like, at the same time. Get Renfrow out there. Stop letting what's off there. I'm glad you can make it out, man. Snead is pretty good in the... Yeah, he's a definite red zone weapon. We're right. We need that. We need that so damn bad. All right, man, I'm going to go ahead and call this one because I started it pretty late and it kind of sucks, but I'll be back around in the next day or two. I'm going to keep pumping out this Raider content. So until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Thank you all very much for showing up. If you could click that sub button and that like button on your way out, it really does help me out and keep